Today, we are going to talk about the one thing that will separate the winners from the losers in the agentic AI revolution over the next 24 months. And it's not what you think. Everyone is obsessed with prompts, everyone is obsessed with frameworks, and everyone is obsessed with model sizes, fine tuning tricks, and the next frontier of multimodal capabilities. But here's the truth. There is a critical foundation that almost nobody talks about until they hit a wall, until their agents start hallucinating, until automation breaks, until decision becomes unreliable. This foundation is a difference between agentic AI that quietly becomes the engine of your organization and the agentic AI that quietly creates chaos behind the scene. And today, we are going to reveal it, break it open, and show you why your entire AI strategy depends on it. Your agent is only as intelligent as the quality of the data feeding its memory, its reasoning, and its decision loops. One area is like the amplification problem. In a normal RAG application, poor data quality gives you a bad answer. That's it. One wrong response, annoying but contained. But in agentic AI system, the issue is different. Poor data does not produce a single mistake. It produces a cascade. Here's what actually happens inside the agent. Wrong retrieval, wrong reasoning, and wrong actions. Once the retrieval step is corrupted, everything downstreams compounds. The agent thinks the wrong thing, justifies the wrong thing, and then confidently does the wrong thing again. The second area is like the danger nobody mentions. This is what nobody tells you when they are selling you agent framework. Bad data does not just give you a wrong answer, it triggers a chain of incorrect decisions that grows over time silently, invisibly. Imagine an agent managing financial transaction. If it retrieves incorrect policy information, it doesn't just answer incorrectly, it executes the wrong trades, it generates the wrong reports, and it triggers the wrong downstream processes. So, why does data quality matters more for agents than for traditional AI? Let me show you the four critical dependencies. Long-term memory. Agents rely on vector embedding for memory. And if those embeddings are inconsistent, noisy, or misaligned, the agent literally remembers the wrong facts. It is not hallucinating, it is retrieval real but incorrect embedded information. A perfect memory of the wrong thing. And the second one is tool use, agent calls API. They execute functions, they trigger workflow based entirely on metadata. If the metadata for tools, parameters, or schema is inaccurate, the agent takes the wrong action confidently. This is how we end up with agents modifying the wrong fields, calling the wrong endpoints, or submitting the wrong payload, and doing it with total certainty. And number three is reasoning loops. Agents does not just retrieve once, they reason step by step using retrieved context as their foundation. If that context is low quality, the entire reasoning chain collapses. It is like building a house on a cracked foundation. It doesn't matter how beautiful the architecture is, the structure will fail. And number four is multi-agent collaboration. In multi-agent systems, poor data quality compounds across handoffs. Agent A passes flawed context to Agent B. Agent B uses it to make decision and pass even more flawed output to Agent C. The error does not stay contained. It propagates and it amplifies. Key takeaway: no data quality, no agent reliability, period. Now, let me show you the 5 data quality problems nobody talks about until agents start failing in production. Problem number 1, messy unstructured content. Most teams vectorize PDF, policy documents, contracts, and reports as is. What happens? Tables break, headers repeat, footers turn into hallucinations. This creates semantic drift. The embedding capture text but not meaning. Example, if it was a legal document containing condition and exception, but chunking captures the rule but completely misses the exception. The agent retrieves the rule alone and makes a decision assuming the exception does not exist. That is not a hallucination. This is misrepresented truth. And problem number 2 is chunking as an afterthought. Everyone uses default 512 token chunk sizes. This is the rookie mistake of the agentic AI era. Bad chunking splits definition from their qualifications, splits condition from exceptions, creates orphan sentences that are meaningless out of context. Key insight: chunking is not formatting. That is important to distinguish. It's not formatting. Chunking is data modeling for LLMs. If you don't understand the structure of your content, your agent never will. And therefore, problem number 3, no validation on embeddings. No team, and I mean almost none, validates embeddings before using them. No one checks if embedding vectors stay consistent over time. No one measures drift. So no one verifies alignment between embeddings and metadata. And no one checks whether semantic meaning has changed after indexing. New reality: in agentic systems, embedding validation is not optional. It is a mandatory data quality requirement. Problem number 4, bad metadata equals bad retrieval. Most RAG systems and almost every agentic system built today are running with missing or incomplete metadata. We are talking about lineage, timestamps, classification, hierarchy, sensitivity labels, all the things traditional data teams know are almost always missing when built LLM systems. And here's the impact. Without metadata, retrieval becomes random. The agent cannot reason with missing context. Example, your agent retrieves a policy from 2020 and has no idea it is outdated. So it makes decision based on old rules. Not because the model is hallucinating, but because the context is wrong. Problem number 5, external data judgment. Here is the most uncomfortable truth. Agents cannot self-correct logic, but they cannot self-contract bad data. If an API returns biased, incomplete, or noisy data, the agent has no way of knowing. If it scrapes a web page with misinformation, the agent treats it as fact because, as far as the system is concerned, retrieved data equals truth. Critical warning: these problems are invisible. You don't see them in testing. You only see them once agents start making real consequential mistakes. And by the time you notice, it is too late. So, what's the solution then? The solution lies in the four pillars of data quality for agentic AI. Let us walk through each of them. Semantic quality. Does the text actually represent the true meaning? This requires active cleaning, normalization, and removing noise that distorts semantics. Structural quality. Are the headers, tables, lists, and sections correctly represented? This needs proper extraction pipeline, not raw PDF ingestion. Syntactic quality. Format consistency. Datas, codes, IDs, schemas, all must be standardized. One inconsistent timestamp can break an entire reasoning loop. And number 4 is metadata quality. This is essential context agents need: lineage, ownership, freshness, classification, sensitivity. Without metadata, agents retrieve facts without understanding of relevance. Number 5 is embedding quality, the new pillar. This is brand new territory for agentic AI. We now need to validate drift, duplicates, density, outliers, alignments with metadata. Embedding quality is the heart of agentic memory. And number 6 is retrieval quality. The classic metrics still matter: recall, precision, ranking, noise reduction. But the stakes are higher because retrieval now drives action, not just answers. And number 7 is actionability quality, the most important one. This is a critical pillar. Does the retrieval context support safe action? Can decisions and the action that follow be traced back to trustworthy, validated data? Without this pillar, agents do not just make the mistakes, they become dangerous. And the key message here is these 7 pillars are not nice to have. They are table stakes for production grade agents. So, what do the best engineering teams do differently? Let us break down the 4 practices that separate high-performing AI teams from everyone else. Practice number 1. They treat RAG like an ETL pipeline. They don't just ingest data, they engineer it. They build full pipeline: parsing, cleaning, structuring, validation, normalization, lineage tracking, and every step is intentional. Every step is measured. That's the difference between amateur RAG and enterprise-grade agentic systems. Practice number 2, they use a data quality layer. Before an agent ever sees data, it passes through a data quality layer. Validate, score, enrich, normalize, versioning, and test. Think of this as a firewall, a shield between messy real-world data and your agent. This single layer eliminates 80% of downstream agent failures. Practice number 3, they monitor embedding health. The best teams don't wait for agents to fail. They monitor embedding health in real time. Drift, vector density, nearest neighbor quality, cluster stability, duplicates and outliers. If something begins to degrade, they know immediately, long before an agent makes a bad decision. And practice number 4, they enforce governance. And this is absolutely critical. Human governance, that is, domain owners, data stewards, subject matter experts, they all validate the corporate feeding the agent, because agents require oversight, not sometimes, but always. Well, winners in agentic AI will not be teams with the best prompts, teams with the biggest GPU, teams with the fanciest agent framework. So winners of the future, they are going to be the winners will be the team with the cleanest, best governed, highest quality data. That is it. That is a competitive advantage. And agentic AI is not about intelligence, it is about trust. And trust starts with data quality. In 24 months, we will look back and see a very clear divide. Teams who understood this early will be deploying reliable, scalable agentic systems that actually deliver business outcomes. And those teams who ditch it or who didn't, they will still be debugging production failures, patching hallucinations, and wondering why their agents never lived up to their hype. So now the big question is, how do you actually implement everything we were just talking about? The answer is simple. You need data governance lifecycle. This is the operating system that makes high quality agent ready data possible. And in here, the first one would be management and culture. This is where everything begins. Clear ownership, clear accountability, a culture where data quality is everyone's responsibility, not just IT. And for agentic AI, this is not optional. You need executive commitment because the stakes are higher. And in the cycle, the second point in the cycle is the platform and technology. This is where your enforcement layer, like validation, monitoring, lineage, observability, embeddings, health, all automated, all measurable. This is where treating RAG like an ETL pipeline becomes real. And number 3 in the cycle is information architecture and quality. Here, you define the standards. What does good data mean for your domain? Schemas, metadata, formatting, validation rules, and so on. This is where the 7 pillars gets codified into actual rules. And number 4 is business rules and operations. The standards becomes workflow, ingestion checks, update procedures, access control, reviews, escalating paths. This is the day-to-day governance that ensures your agents always use trusted data. And number 5 is outcome measurement. And finally, you measure what matters. Quality scores, drift metrics, retrieval precision, agent error rates. These insights feed right back to the top, continuously improving culture, tools, and standards. And why this matters for agentic AI? For traditional analytics, governance was slow and periodic. For agentic AI, governance must be real-time, broader in scope, and far stricter. We are not just governing databases anymore. We are governing unstructured content, embeddings, retrieval, and agent behavior. How it all connects. The 7 pillars become standards in information architecture, engineering practice live in platform and technology, human oversight starts the management and culture, continuous improvement happens in the outcome measurement. This life cycle ties everything together into a working, scalable system. So when people ask, where do I start? The answer is simple. Start with governance. Build the culture, build the platform, define the standard, operationalize the workflow, measure relentlessly. And when you do this, you stop hoping your agents behave and you start knowing they are trustworthy. And that is how you scale agentic AI with confidence. And before we wrap up, there is one more critical dimension we need to address, and it determines whether your agentic AI system are not just reliable but responsible. We have talked about data quality at the foundation of trust. We have talked about governance at the operating system. But high quality data alone does not guarantee ethical AI. Data quality is necessary, but it is not sufficient. You also need ethical framework. Let me show you the 5 pillars. And number 1 is fairness and equity. Agents make decisions that affect real people. If your data reflects historical bias, your agent will scale that bias. Ethical data quality means auditing for imbalance, checking representation, monitoring outcome, and correcting disparities. Bias does not come from algorithm. It comes from unexamined data. And number 2 is trust and transparency. Users must understand why an agent made a decision. There shouldn't be black boxes. Everything should be explainable, and we should have reasons as well. And also, it should be traceable. The action should be traceable, and there should also be audit trail and human oversight. Trust is what turns AI pilots into production system. I must repeat, trust is what turns AI pilots into production systems. And number 3 is privacy and data ownership. Agents often access sensitive data. That demands guardrails. Minimize what you store. Control who sees it. Encrypt everything. And log every access as well, because you need it. Respect consent. Autonomous agents do not excuse privacy violation. They amplify the consequences. Number 4 is safety and security. Agents take actions. Actions have risks. They must be robust to manipulation, safe under uncertainty, and stoppable in emergencies. And remember, if someone poisons your data, they can poison your agent as well. Data quality and security are inseparable. Augmenting, not replacing humans. AI should extend human capabilities, not erase human judgment. High stakes decisions require human review. Uncertain cases must escalate. Users must always know they are not interacting, they are interacting with AI. Agents handle the scale, humans handle the judgment. And why ethics matters for data quality? Quality is not just technical, quality is ethical as well. Is data high quality if it is accurate but biased? Is data high quality if it is accurate but biased? No. If it is complete but obtained without consent, if it is precise but enable harmful decisions, ethics defines what quality actually means. So, data quality makes your agent reliable. Data governance keeps them reliable. AI ethics ensures they are responsible. You need all three of them. So, as agents become more autonomous, the stakes rise. These are not tools anymore, they are decision makers, and with that powers comes responsibility, fairness, trust, privacy, safety, human oversight. These are not compliance checkboxes, they are the foundation of AI systems society can trust. So, as you build your agentic AI system, remember the goal is not just reliable agents, it is responsible agents. Agents that are fair, agents that protect privacy, agents that enhance human capability. So, if you are ready to build trustworthy AI agents, then start with data quality. It is a foundation that makes everything possible. Uh, Visit dataminaiwithahmed.com for tutorial, guides, and deep dive, and subscribe to this channel for more content on AI, data engineering, and data science. Remember, the competitive advantage isn't in AI, it is in data feeding it. Let us build agents we can trust. Thanks for watching.